Hello everyone, I'm Diego and I'm one out of 3 triplet flames who are rainbow star people, and welcome to this YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content like this. Now I'm going to be talking about the 4th habit in the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. The 4th habit is called Think Win-Win. So the idea is, once you've worked on yourself and achieved private victory, you can now focus on relationships. And that's where the 4th habit comes in. So there's different kinds of ways of looking at think win-win, but there are some pitfalls that prevent you from thinking that way. One of the mindsets that prevent you from thinking about what is not win-win is the win-lose totem pole. The idea is you're seeing life as a competition rather than a way that everyone can win together. Win-lose is an attitude toward life that says that the pie of success is only so big, and if you get a big piece, there is less for me. So I'm going to make sure that I get my slice first, or that bigger piece than you. Win-lose is competitive. I call it totem pole syndrome. I don't care how good I am, as long as I'm a notch higher than you on the totem pole. That's sort of the win-lose attitude, basically. Win-lose is full of pride. Pride gets no pleasure out of having something, only out of having more of it than the next man. It is the comparison that makes you proud, the pleasure of being above the rest. Don't feel too bad if you think win-lose at times, because we've been trained to do so at a very young age, especially those raised in the United States. Asian countries tend to be much more cooperative in their attitudes. Okay. Win-lose attitudes wear many faces. The following are some of them: using other people emotionally or physically for your own selfish purposes, trying to get ahead at the expense of another, spreading rumors about someone else, always insisting on getting your way without concerning yourself with the feelings of others, or becoming envious and jealous when something good happens to someone close to you. In the end, win-lose will usually backfire. You may end up on the top of the totem pole, but you'll be there alone and without friends. So that's the consequence for thinking win-lose. Basically, less people are going to like you, less people are going to want to be around you. The trouble with the rat race, said actress Lily Tomlin, is that even if you win, you're still a rat. So you win, but you're basically a rat if you think win-lose. So now there's the opposite of win-lose, which is lose-win, aka the doormat. One teen wrote, "I, for one, am a big peacemaker. I would much rather take the blame for just about anything than to get into an argument. I constantly find myself saying that I'm dumb." Do you find yourself identifying with this statement? If so, you've fallen into the trap of lose-win. Lose-win looks prettier on the surface, but it is just as dangerous as win-lose. It's the doormat syndrome. Lose-win says, have it your way with me. Wipe your feet on me. Everyone else does. Lose-win, it's weak. It's easy to get stepped on. It's easy to be the nice guy. It's easy to give in, all in the name of being a peacemaker. It's easy to let your parents have their way with you rather than try to share your feelings with them. With a lose-win attitude, you'll find yourself setting low expectations and compromising your standards again and again, and giving into peer pressure. If you adopt lose-win as your basic attitude towards life, then people will wipe their dirty feet on you, and that's a real bummer. You'll also be hiding your true feelings deep inside, and that's not healthy. Lose-win is just fine if the issue isn't important to you, like if you and your sister can't agree on who gets the side of the closet, or if your mom doesn't like the way you hold your fork. Let others win the little issues, and it will be a deposit into their relationship bank account. Just make sure that you take a stand on the important things. If you're trapped in an abusive relationship, you're deep into lose-win. Abuse is a never-ending cycle of hurt and reconciliation, and it never gets better. There's no win in it for you whatsoever, and you need to get out. No one deserves to be used ever. There are abuse hotlines in the back of this book. I'm just going to look at it real quick. Abuse hotline. Let's see if we can find it. If you are ever being abused by anybody, there are numbers that you can call. I'm just going to show them to you so that if you want to pause the video, you can look at it. So yeah, feel free to pause the video and dial any of the numbers that you need to dial. All right, that being said, we're going to move on to the next part of Think Win-Win. So there is also the lose-lose situation, which is the absolute worst situation you could possibly be in. Lose-lose says, if I'm going down, then you're going down with me, sucker. After all, misery enjoys company. War is a great example of lose-lose. Think about it. Whoever kills the most people wins the war. That doesn't sound like anyone ends up winning at all. Revenge is also lose-lose. By getting revenge, you may think you're winning, but you're really only hurting yourself. Lose-lose is usually what happens when two win-lose people get together. If you want to win at all costs, and the other person wants to win at all costs, you're both going to end up losing. Lose-lose also occurs when someone becomes obsessed with another person in a negative way, especially when it's someone closest to you. I don't care what happens to me as long as my brother fails. If I can't have Jeff, I sure as heck am not going to let my friend Sarah have him. If you're not careful, boyfriend-girlfriend relationships can sour into lose-lose. You've seen it. Two good people begin dating and things go well at first. It's win-win. But gradually they become emotionally glued and codependent. They begin to get possessive and jealous. They constantly need to be together, to touch, to feel secure, as if they own the other person. Eventually this dependency brings out the worst in both of them. They fight, argue, and get back at each other, resulting in a downward spiral of lose-lose. So now let's talk about thinking win-win, the all-you-can-eat buffet, okay? Win-win is a belief that everyone can win. It's both nice and tough all at once. I won't step on you, but I won't be your doormat either. You care about other people and you want them to succeed, but you also care about yourself and you want to succeed as well. Win-win is abundant. It's the belief that there's plenty of success to go around. It's not either you or me. There's more than enough food for everybody. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Okay. Win-win always creates more, an endless buffet. As Dawn discovered in the story in this book, wanting another person to win fills you full of good feelings. By passing the ball, Dawn didn't score fewer points, but eventually scored more. In fact, they both scored more points and won more games than if they had selfishly kept the ball from each other. This is Dawn and Pam in the basketball team. Basically, Dawn kept passing the ball to Pam, and then they ended up scoring more points. You probably do more win-win thinking than you give yourself credit for. Here are some examples. You recently got a promotion at the restaurant that you work at, and you share the praise and recognition with all of those around you to help you get there. You were elected to an important school office and make up your mind not to develop a superiority complex. You treat everyone the same, including the friendless and the unpopular. Your best friend just got accepted at a college you wanted to get into. You didn't make it. Although you feel terrible about your own situation, you generally are happy for your friend. You want to go out for dinner. Your friend wants to see a movie, and you decide to rent a movie and pick up food to eat at home. So how to think win-win? How do you do it? Well, there are 2 clues to get there. The first clue is win the private victory first. It all begins with you. If you're really insecure and haven't paid the price to win the private victory, then it'll be difficult to think win-win. You'll be threatened by other people, and it'll be hard to be happy for their successes. Okay? As you make deposits in your personal bank account, take responsibility for your life, and get a plan in place, your confidence and security will increase, and you'll start enjoying other people instead of being threatened by them. Personal security is the foundation for thinking win-win. And then avoid the tumor twins. One of the tumor twins is competing, and the other one is comparing. So, competing is one of the things that prevent you from thinking win-win. So competition can be extremely healthy. It drives you to improve, reach, and stretch. Without it, we would never know how far we could push ourselves. There's another side to competition that isn't so nice. In the movie Star Wars, Luke Skywalker learns about the positive energy shield called the Force, which gives life to all things. Later, he confronts the evil Darth Vader and learns about the dark side of the Force. As Darth puts it, you don't know the power of the dark side. So it is with competition. There's a sunny side and a dark side. Competition is healthy when you compete against yourself or when it challenges you to reach and stretch and become your best. It becomes dark when you tie your self-worth into winning or when you use it as a way to place yourself above another. All right. 2 of the worst traits in an athlete, as a famous college coach said, are having the fear of failure or an inordinate desire to win or a win at any cost attitude. The dark side never leaves you with a good aftertaste. Let's use competition as a benchmark to measure against ourselves, but stop competing over boyfriends, girlfriends, status, friends, popularity, positions, attention, and the like, and start enjoying life. Ooh. Look at this. Maybe he's getting too competitive. He literally is smashing this guy into the ground with his legs. Not exactly a nice thing to do. So that is the dark side. And then another dark side, and I see this often in Instagram and Facebook, is comparison or comparing. Comparing is a competition's twin and just as cancerous. Comparing yourself to others is nothing but bad news. Why? Because we're all on different development timetables, socially, mentally, and physically. We all mature differently, and we shouldn't be opening the door to see how well we're doing compared to our neighbor, or we won't mature at all. Okay. Life is a great obstacle course. Each person has their own course, separated from another course by tall walls. Your course comes complete with customized obstacles designed specifically for your own personal growth. Okay, so what happens when you start comparing to other people? Comparing yourself to others makes you feel like the wave of a sea tossed to and fro by the wind. You go up and down through feeling inferior one moment and superior the next, confident one moment and then intimidated the next. The only good comparison is comparing yourself against your own potential. The pearl of the wisdom from the story in this book, and if you want to read the story in this book, feel free to get it. So stop comparing. Break the habit. Comparing yourself can become an addiction as strong as drugs or alcohol. You don't have to look like or dress like a model to be good enough. You know what really matters. Don't get caught up in the game and worry so much about being popular during your teen years or even during your adulthood. So the fruits of the win-win spirit. It's really contagious. If you're big-hearted, committed to helping others, and willing to share recognition, you'll be a magnet for friends. Don't you just love people who are interested in your success and want you to win? It makes you want to help them in return, doesn't it? The win-win spirit can be applied to just about any situation, from working out major conflicts with your parents to deciding who walks the dog. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to find a win-win solution. Or the other party may be so bent on win-lose that you don't even want to approach him or her. That happens. In these situations, don't get ugly yourself, win-lose, or get stepped on, lose-win. Instead, go for win-win or no deal. In other words, if you can't find a solution that works for both of you, decide not to play. No deal. For example, if you and your friend can't decide what to do one night, instead of doing an activity that one of you might resent, split up that night and get together another night. Or if you and your lover can't develop a win-win relationship, it might be best to go for no deal and part ways. It sure beats going for win, lose, lose, win, or worst of all, lose, lose. Watch how thinking win-win makes you feel. Having a win-win attitude is not easy, but you can do it. If you're thinking win-win only 10% of the time right now, start thinking 20% of the time, then 30% of the time, and so on. Eventually, it'll become a habit and you won't have to think about it. It will become part of who you are. The most surprising benefit of thinking win-win is the good feelings it brings on. Okay. A true test of whether or not you're thinking win-win or one of the other alternatives is how you feel. Win-lose and lose-win thinking of the Win-lose and lose-win thinking will cloud your judgment and fill you with negative feelings. You simply cannot afford to do it. On the other hand, just as Jax discovered, and Jax is the story that's talked about in here, thinking win-win will fill your heart with happy and serene thoughts. It will give you confidence and fill you with light. And that pretty much sums up the habit, think win-win. I am going to talk a little bit about thinking win-win because it's important to me. So I've found that when it comes to composing and making music, I find that I was taught in college that I had to make the best composition in order to do well. But I realized that actually everyone wins as long as you get the music performed and then you all make money from it. That's more important than, like, for example, making sure you win a competition where everyone else loses the competition. That's more important, you know what I mean? Like, making sure that the music is something that you and the other people enjoy. And so I've got to adopt more of a think win-win mindset rather than win-lose. A few tips that he has actually at the end of think win-win is really interesting. I'm going to actually point it out. They're just little tips that you can go by. So pinpoint areas of your life where you struggle with comparisons. Maybe it's with clothes, physical features, friends, or talents. And then write down what you struggle with. If you play sports, show sportsmanship. Compliment someone from the opposing team after a match or game. If someone owes you money, don't be afraid to mention it in a friendly way. Did you forget about the $10 I loaned you last week? I could use it right now. Think win-win, not lose-win. Without caring whether you win or lose, just play a game, such as a card, board, or a computer game with others, just for the fun of it. The whole point of video games and computer games is to have fun. If you're not having fun, there's no point in doing it. If you're, like, for example, I sometimes like to play Pokemon or Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And it's so easy to be in a win-lose or lose-win mindset where you're just like, oh, I'm going to let the other person win, or I'm going to win instead of them. But instead of thinking of it that way, thinking of it as, oh, we're doing this for fun. We're just having fun. We're not going to worry about who wins. What matters more is that we're having fun. Because as long as everyone's having fun, everyone's winning. Let's go to the next part, which is, do you have an important test coming up? If so, form a study group and share your best ideas. You'll all do better. I actually remember back in college, I formed a study group with a music therapy major and some other friends as well. And she and her friends and I all studied together for the music history test. And we did so much better because we studied together as a group. So yes, if you are in college or in high school or studying for anything really, form a study group and join your friends in that study group and study together. You'll definitely benefit from it. The next time someone close to you succeeds, be genuinely happy for them instead of feeling threatened. Think of your attitude in general. What is your general attitude towards life? Is it lose-win, win-win, win-lose, or lose-lose? And how does that affect you in terms of having that attitude? So you can write that in your journal as well. You can always grab a journal, pause this video, go back to the other points that I made and journal about those as well. I love journaling and helps you reflect on your life. It's great. Think of a person who made you feel like they were a model of win-win. What is it about this person that you admire? I think of Victoria Everett because she was able to heal herself by becoming raw vegan and basically wants others to heal themselves as well, and does coaching with people because she wants other people to improve their lives. And so she was able to share that blessing with me. Now I'm raw vegan as well, and I'm really enjoying it. I haven't had any mental health like symptoms in a really long time. Like I haven't been hallucinating or having delusions, which is amazing. And I've been mentally stable for a good 3 years now, which is the longest I've ever been mentally stable, and is all thanks to being raw vegan, taking supplements, seeing a therapist, seeing a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I've also been doing yoga and meditation and exercising, such as doing capoeira, and all of this has been great. So the last point is, are you in a lose-win relationship with a member of the opposite sex? If you are, decide to make it happen, to make it a win for you, or go for no deal and get out of the relationship. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like. Remember that the more likes you give to this video, the more likes I will give to other people's videos as well. And anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to think win-win as much as you can. It's amazing. It's so much fun. I love thinking win-win. I'm actually going to think win-win tomorrow. I'm going to hang out with a friend and we're going to go walk to the park together. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I love walking to the park. That's a way of thinking win-win. Going out for a walk with a friend and just having fun together and getting some exercise. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace out. Much love. And may you all be free. Mwah.